New logo's up here.
Okay, so that will be a photo.
Yeah. His name's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lift your voice in praises. Lift your voice in song. Let the earth break forth with joy. Let the earth resound. Glorificamos te, glorificamos te. Laudamos te, benedicimos te, adoramos te. Deo gratias, Deus gratias, laudamos te, benedicimos te, adoramos te. Deo gratias, 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 Deo gratias. Sing your praise on high, on high, on high.
Good evening. I'm Marcy Lalonde, Corporate Officer for the City of Colwood. Call the November 7th, 2022 inaugural meeting of Council to order. And I would like to acknowledge with respect that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin-speaking people, and we're honored to have the opportunity to build strong working relationships with the people of Songhees and Esquimalt nations. We are honored to welcome Dr. Philip Steenkamp, President of Royal Roads University, as our Master of Ceremonies for this evening. Mayor Kobayashi attended Royal Roads Military College and has been a member of the Royal Roads Board of Governors, and the City of Colwood has a strong partnership and sense of pride in being home to Royal Roads University. Royal Roads University brings positive international attention to our community as a global learning institution and through the many alumni who are active around the world. The university brings immense benefit to economic development on Vancouver Island and are key stakeholders in building a sustainable and prosperous Colwood economy. The city collaborates regularly with faculty and students on the key issues and initiatives in areas of economic development, sustainability, and innovative technology. And of course, Hatley Castle and Hatley Gardens draw tourists and film crews from around the globe. The vast forested grounds are an important connection to nature for residents and are widely used as an active transportation route through the city. Please join me in welcoming President Steenkamp.
Marcy, thank you so much for that introduction, and I'm deeply, deeply honored to be asked to be MC here this evening. But before we begin, I would ask everybody who is able to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Canto se corte la idea, Dios se corte
Thank you. Please be seated. Please join me in thanking the amazing Royal Bay High School Choir under the leadership of Miss Karen Smith. I understand that the choir is made up of students from grade 9 to 12 and that they rehearse outside the timetable twice a week. And COVID was very hard on choirs, very, very hard on choirs. So it's fantastic to see this group come together. I believe it's almost entirely new. And this is their first opportunity to perform together. So what a remarkable, remarkable performance. Thank you so much. I would like to welcome everybody in attendance tonight. We have a great crowd here, standing room only, which is fantastic, and very intemperate weather out there. So I'm very, very pleased to see such a great turnout for this important event. I would like to introduce Gerald Gloster, barrister and solicitor. Gerald will play a very important role tonight in inviting the mayor and then council to take the oath. So Gerald, please, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gerald Gloster, as indicated. I'm a lawyer in Colwood, and I've been asked to attend as a lawyer and in my capacity as a notary public and commissioner for oaths to assist everybody who's here today, many once again, to initiate and bring this council together. I'd like to advise everybody, and you've probably heard this if you've been here the last 6 elections and 6 attendances, that this is the reason why we're here today. I've said this before, some of you might remember it. The statute of the province of British Columbia, the Community Charter Act, says this. Section 6 says that a municipality is a corporation of the residents of its area. It says that the governing body of a municipality is its council. And then section 114 of that charter says this: the members of a municipal council are the mayor and the councillors. And it says, section 116, the mayor is the head and the chief executive officer of the municipality. And finally, it says this at section 120, a person elected or appointed to an office on a council must make an oath or a solemn affirmation of office within the following applicable time. And sub B says, in the case of a person elected by voting, within 45 days after the declaration of the results of the election. So, and today we're within that 45-day period. And as a result, with that background, it's my privilege and my pleasure once again to be here to administer the oath of office to each of the members of council who have been elected to office for the city of Colwood for the 2022 to 2026 term. We're going to do this in a new way, always dealing with the mayor in a special position first. And then we're going to administer the oath to the 6 council members collectively who would agree. So it'll be a little bit different from everybody else who was here last year and the year before. It won't quite take as long. So I'd first like to ask Mayor Douglas Kobayashi. We're going to follow this through in the usual fashion. First of all, please, would you state your full name?
Douglas Kobayashi.
And would you please repeat after me? I, Douglas Kobayashi, do swear as mayor for the city of Colwood
I, Douglas Kobayashi, do swear as the mayor of the city of Colwood
that I am qualified to hold the office of mayor
that I am qualified to hold the office of mayor
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have not by myself or any other person
I have not by myself or any other person
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
with respect to vote buying or intimidation
with respect to vote buying or intimidation
in relation to my election to the office of mayor.
in relation to my election to the office of mayor.
And I will, as required by the community charter,
And I will, as required by the community charter,
disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in a matter
disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in a matter
and will not participate in a discussion of the matter
and will not participate in the discussion of the matter
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
And I will perform the duties of the office of mayor
And I will perform the duties of the office of mayor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct in public matters.
to influence my conduct in public matters.
And I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies that govern the city,
And I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies that govern the city,
and will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
and will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
I will dedicate myself at all times
And I will dedicate myself at all times
to acting in the best interests of the residents of the city of Colwood.
to acting in the best interests of the residents of the city of Colwood.
And I will provide stewardship in the public assets
And I will provide stewardship of the public assets
through the development and evaluation of the city's policies and programs.
through the development and evaluation of the city's policies and programs.
And I will always consider the well-being and interests of the community as a whole,
And I will always consider the well-being and interests of the community as a whole,
leading the development of a safe, vibrant, and sustainable city.
leading the development of a safe, vibrant, and sustainable city.
And Mr. Kobayashi, do you so solemnly swear?
I do swear.
Okay, I'd like you to sign this for me. Whatever your signature looks like. This. And then call on Mr. Phillips to pass along the chain of office.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Mayor Douglas Kobayashi.
And now we will have a joint oath of office swearing of all of the councilors together. And I'm going to invite them. What we're going to do is I'm going to individually have them confirm their names and the fact that they will be swearing or affirming the oath. I'm going to have them repeat the same oath of office, but together. And then I'm going to have them individually swear that those responsibilities are what they intend to deal with and comply with for the next 4 years. So we can have all 6 council members to the front, please. And we're over here, please. And maybe stand back about 4 feet so that the camera can get you. Your best side. Okay, so, yes, so we're going to ask you each to, I'm going to ask you each to state your name and that you swear or affirm. And then I'm going to go through the oath with all of you together. And then I'm going to ask you each one at a time to swear, confirm that your oath is binding on your conscience. So please, would you start? Mr. Jansen.
I, Dean Jensen, do solemnly swear as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I've been elected.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Olson.
I, Misty Olson, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I have been elected.
Mr. Ward.
I, Ian Ward, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I have been elected.
Ms. Day.
I, Cynthia Day, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I have been elected.
Mr. Grove.
I, David Grove, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I've been elected.
Ms. Jordanson.
I, Kim Torreson, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the city of Colwood that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor to which I have been elected.
Okay, thank you. Now I'd ask you to follow along on your notes with me. The balance of the oath. I'm going to repeat, and the six of you together will, in unison, and we'll be listening carefully to each one of you. Make sure that you're not just moving your lips. Okay. You are swearing now that I have not by myself or any other person
I have not by myself or any other person
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
knowingly contravening the local government act
with respect to vote buying or intimidation
with respect to vote buying or intimidation
in relation to my election to the office of councillor.
in relation to my election to the office of councillor.
You are swearing that I will, as required by the community charter,
I will, as required by the community charter,
disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in a matter
disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in the matter.
Very good. Some of you will understand that. And will not vote in respect of that matter.
And will not vote in respect of that matter.
I will perform the duties of my office of councillor
I will perform the duties of the office of councillor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity.
and will not allow any private interest
I will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct in public matters.
to influence my conduct in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies that govern the city,
I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies that govern the city.
and will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
And will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
I will dedicate myself at all times
I will dedicate myself at all times
to acting in the best interests of the residents of the city of Colwood.
to acting in the best interests of the residents of the city of Colwood.
I will provide stewardship of the public assets
I will provide stewardship of the public assets
through the development and evaluation of the city's policies and programs.
Through the development and evaluation of the city's policies and programs.
And finally, I will always consider the well-being and interests of the community as a whole,
I will always consider the well-being and interests of the community as a whole,
leading the development of a safe, vibrant, and sustainable city.
leading the development of safe, vibrant, and sustainable city.
Mr. Jansen, do you so swear?
I do swear.
Ms. Olson, do you so swear or affirm?
I do affirm.
Mr. Ward, do you swear or affirm?
I do affirm.
Mrs. Day, do you solemnly swear or affirm?
I do affirm.
Mr. Grove, do you solemnly swear or affirm?
I do affirm.
Ms. Jordison, do you solemnly swear or affirm?
I do affirm.
Thank you. I'm going to ask each of you now to come in, bring your form with you, your oath. We're going to sign it and officially invite you to the City of Colwood Council. Congratulations. Mr. Council. Okay. All right. Welcome back. Ms. Olson. See your signature here. Whatever your signature is. Congratulations. Welcome to council.
Thank you.
Mr. Ward. Thank you. Mrs. Day. Yeah. Welcome. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you. Once again.
Mr. Grove. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Jordison. Congratulations, Kim. What should we do now? I think we should say this. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming your new mayor and your new council members to the City of Colwood.
Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Jerry Loster, for that important ceremony. And again, if everybody would join me in welcoming and congratulating our new mayor and council for Colwood. So fantastic to see you all. Thank you. We have a number of representatives of the community here today who I'd like to acknowledge, and some of whom will be making some, I believe, short remarks. I'd like to acknowledge Randall Garrison is here, MP, Esquimalt, Saanich and Sooke. I'd also like to introduce Mitzi Dean, Mitzi was first elected MLA for Esquimalt-Metchosin, which is on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, in May of 2017. She was appointed Minister of Children and Family Development, I think almost exactly 2 years ago, or quite close. And she is also chair of the Cabinet Committee on Social Initiatives and a member of the Treasury Board, which is really an important and a really important position, and the Cabinet Committee on Mental Health, Addictions and Homelessness. And it is my honor to ask MLA Mitzi Dean to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Philip, and congratulations. And what an honor it is to be here and share the ceremony for our new Colwood Mayor and councillors as well. I'm very honored to be here on the traditional territory of the Lekwungen people. And thank you so much for the invitation to be able to say a few words as well. I think the people in the room, when I look at the people who are in the room this evening, are a real testimony to how important this evening is, how important your work is, and how in our community here in Colwood, we've really been building very, very positive and constructive relationships. We have a lot of our local leadership here in the room with us, and you're going to be hearing from some of them. And I really wanted to leave you with a message this evening to say, you know, we need to work together. We all represent the people of Colwood, and all levels of government need to be working together. We have a lot of priorities that we need to be tackling that I know that we will actually be much more successful at if we're working together. Anyone who knows me, and there's actually a lot of people in this room who do, and some who have known me for a really long time, and some of you I've known for a really long time as well, but I look forward to getting to know those of you who I haven't yet met. People know that I like to collaborate, and I actually think that working together for the residents of our community and the people we represent is the way that we achieve success. We've done a lot of work together over the last 5 years, and I really look forward to working with you for the foreseeable future. We need to bring the federal government in as well, of course. And I want to say, I really commend you for the work that has been done in our community, that we've been able to work on in partnership, in particular housing. We've brought a lot of housing here to Colwood, a range of different types of housing. There's a lot of development that you're going to be overseeing as we move forward. The schools that we're building in our community, Royal Bay is now the largest high school on Vancouver Island because we were able to build that extension. So I really look forward to working in partnership with you on our shared priorities, and yeah, looking forward to getting on with that together. HK.
Thank you so much. I'd now like to introduce Richard Walker, who's Vice President of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch, number 91. And the Royal Canadian Legion here not only houses the Legion itself, but the Goldstream Food Bank Society, Christmas Food Hamper, Emergency Social Services, and many other local associations. And the Legion, I understand, has been serving our community for over 95 years. And Colwood is deeply honored to be home to so many military personnel and their families. And we acknowledge that the lifestyles and freedoms that we enjoy, especially in this week, are due to the many sacrifices that are made by our forces personnel and their families. So please welcome me in introducing Richard Walker.
Thank you. Speaking on behalf of President Norm Scott and the Executive Committee of Branch 91, I'd like to thank Mayor Kobayashi and Council for graciously inviting me to this important event. Enough cannot be said about how important it is for a close, supportive relationship between the Royal Canadian Legion branches and communities and where they are located in. Prince Edward Branch 91 has been very fortunate in always having a very supportive and close relationship with the City of Colwood and other West Shore communities. A good example of this close relationship is the support you give us with the yearly community Christmas dinner, which is put on by Branch 91. As was seen recently at the first Poppy presentation, it is always a pleasure to see the large turnout here at the Municipal Hall, involving not just the Mayor and Council, but the staff, the Colwood Fire Department, Colwood city workers, and students from the nearby schools. This participation has always been here since even before the first time that I was involved with First Poppy. And personally speaking, as a 34-year veteran of the Royal Canadian Navy, your support is very much appreciated, as your actions speak louder than any words. And for that, I sincerely thank you. Prince Edward Branch 91 looks forward to working closely in the future with Mayor Kobayashi and the council, and wish everyone all the best in a highly successful term of office as representatives of your city. Prince Edward Branch 91 also thanks outgoing Mayor Martin and councillors for their support to the Legion during their time in office, through good times and through the challenging times of COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richard. I'd now like to introduce Ingrid Vaughan, who is the president of the West Shore Chamber of Commerce. And each year, the West Shore Chamber of Commerce dedicates countless hours to creating connections that strengthen our business community, which is a key driver, of course, of local prosperity, job creation, and community growth. So, Ingrid, thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, everyone. I'm always curious when someone says, come and speak, say a few words, as to how long that actually means. Like, how it defines a few words, right? 15, 20. I won't take that long, but congratulations to Mayor Kobayashi and council today. I'm so happy to be here on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce to talk about our relationship with the city of Colwood over the years, and it's been a good one. We've had some amazing opportunities to collaborate, and the Chamber's relationship has always been very positive, and we continue to look forward to many more opportunities to collaborate and work together. I've lived in this community for 25 years, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. And so I'm excited that you all have taken that oath to continue to make Colwood this place that we all love so much who live here. I first met Mayor Kobayashi when he was the the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and had the opportunity to work with him at that time. And one of the things that I really appreciated about him was the leadership that he exhibited at a time when the Chamber was going through a very difficult period. And so I wanted to say my few words today are going to be about leadership, because as a chamber, we're leading the business communities. And as councillors and as the mayor, you're going to be leading this community. And I work with business leaders a lot, and we talk about three aspects of leadership. The first is being self-aware. And as you come to the council chamber, every time you meet, being aware of the respect that you have for yourself and for the people that you work with, and for the impact of your words and actions. The second is leading team. You're a team. You're going to be working together on behalf of the city and the people that you lead. And the final is leading organizations. And this is an organization, it's a corporation. You're leading this city, you're leading all of us who are here who live in this community. And I just really want to encourage you to embrace your leadership in a really positive and powerful way as you move into your term of office. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you, Ingrid. I'd like to introduce Liz Nelson, who is the Executive Director, Pacific Center Family Services Association. The Family Services Association has been working since 1968 tirelessly to provide counseling and social support services to residents of the West Shore and South Vancouver Island. And I know Liz, who is now our Executive Director, has held many roles in her 20 years with the center. So please join me in welcoming Liz Nelson.
Thank you so much, Mayor Kobayashi and Council, for inviting me here. It's truly been an honor and a privilege to be a witness to this ceremony. Like I mentioned, my name is Liz Nelson. I'm the Executive Director at Pacific Center Family Services, or PCFSA. For those of you that are unfamiliar with us, we're a counseling and social services and now primary care health center located on Goldstream Avenue, right in the heart of Colwood. Since 1968, we've been offering counseling, education, and creative programming to the community, serving over 3,000 individuals and families each year. In June of this year, I'm excited to announce that we expanded our services with the opening of the new West Shore Community Health Center, which, with the addition of family physicians, nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and elder and residents, and other allied healthcare professionals, provides primary healthcare services for members of our community who have been experiencing barriers to accessing healthcare. We have a goal over the next 2 years to attach 7,000 new patients to a primary care provider, a doctor or nurse practitioner. In the past several decades, Pacific Center has had a positive working relationship with the City of Colwood, working in collaboration on various initiatives, as well as receiving ongoing funding for our community outreach, prevention, and education program that provides prevention and intervention services for vulnerable youth and their families in our community. Over the past 2 years, thanks to an increase in funding from both Colwood and Langford, we've been fortunate to be able to expand this program to provide even more services to youth, as well as to extend those services to form a partnership with the West Shore RCMP of a counselor and an RCMP member team to work with the youth in the community who are coming to the attention of law enforcement. This partnership has been very successful, and we look forward to expanding it further in collaboration with School District 62 to provide additional preventative services. On behalf of PCFSA and the families we serve, I would like to take this opportunity to express our thanks to the outgoing mayor and council for providing funding for this initiative and for their ongoing support of PCFSA. I'd also like to welcome Mayor Kobayashi and council to their new roles, and I look forward to continuing our partnership with the City of Colwood. And I'm excited to work with council on upcoming priorities for the community. We have many new things happening at PCFSA with the recent opening of the West Shore Community Health Center, as well as other new creative programming and partnerships. We'll soon be extending an invitation for a tour of our center to all of the council and to learn more about our services. So thank you again for your continued support.
Thank you, Liz. It's now my pleasure to introduce Todd Preston, Superintendent Officer in charge of the RCMP. The West Shore RCMP detachment serves approximately 88,000 citizens and reports to 5 municipalities and to the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations. And the RCMP is deeply committed, I know, to building relationships with community leaders to work together to keep our communities safe. So Todd, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, Council. First of all, congratulations to all of you, and I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate or to say thank you for the outgoing Mayor and Council. We have realized and enjoyed tremendous support over the last 4 years. I've been the officer in charge of the RCMP here in West Shore for about 4.5 years. As my friend just said, it is responsible for 5 municipalities and 2 First Nations. It's probably one of the most complex detachments in the country. You don't often see that type of integration. What I can say is collaboratively, we have worked and probably have one of the most efficient detachments in the country because of people like yourselves that have stepped up and work collaboratively with the other councils. I will say that in the past, it always, I don't think it's always been as good as it is now. But I can say unequivocally, the West Shore CMP is working in unparalleled territory right now in terms of morale and service levels. Colwood is considered one of the safest communities, not only in British Columbia, but probably the country. And again, we're very proud of that. We're very proud to provide that service. We're very grateful that you've chosen us as your service provider. I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and along with all my partners here, again, for the next 4 years. So thanks very much. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Todd. And our final speaker tonight is Ravi Palmer, Board Chair, School District 62. I should point out that we should also congratulate Ravi on his re-election as Board Chair, School District 62. Now, Ravi, I might have my numbers wrong because you keep expanding so massively, but I believe Colwood is home to 5 elementary schools with 1 on the way. Is that correct?
Something like
something like that. One middle school, a high school, but I would point out a university as well. And it is, I know there's a really good relationship between the City of Colwood and School District 62. I believe you recently signed an MOU to strengthen that working relationship with the intention of continuing to expand facilities and programs and enhance public education and support the well-being of children and families in our community. So please join me in welcoming Ravi Palmer.
Good evening, everyone. It is great to be out here in Colwood. Congratulations. There we go. That's better. It's so great to be here with you this evening. I do want to begin by also recognizing how honored I am to be here with you on the traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, the Lekwungen speaking peoples known today as the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations, and certainly on behalf of SD62, recognize the nations that we have the honor to work with, the Shianu Nation, Beecher Bay, the Sauk Nation, including the West Coast Pacheedaht Nation, the Chalmouth, and thank them for sharing those beautiful lands with us. Now, as was acknowledged, my name is Ravi Parmar, and I have the honor to serve as chair of the Super School District Board of Education. And I'm also pleased to be joined this evening with one of our newly elected trustees right here in Colwood, Trudy Spiller, as we offer our congratulations and best wishes to the new mayor and council for the city of Colwood. But before I do so, I would be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to recognize our outgoing council, Rob Martin, Gordy Logan, Michael Baxter, and Stuart Parkinson. On behalf of SD62, I want to thank them for their tremendous service to our community, whether it was their shared commitment towards partnership, celebrating our schools, and making the necessary investments to ensure our schools were community hubs for all residents. Rob, Gordy, Michael, and Stuart, I wish you all the best in your next endeavors. To our new mayor and council for the city of Colwood, congratulations on your elections. Now, for many of you, I'm a familiar face, and for others, I'm a completely new face. Whichever is the case, I'm pleased to be here with you today, to be able to witness you taking your oath and be one of the first, not the first, but one of the first, not only to say congratulations, but also that we, SD62, look forward to working with you. The SD62 Board of Education was sworn in 1 week ago and has hit the ground running. We have an ambitious strategic plan with a clear mission, and that is to develop informed, literate, and resilient citizens through engagement in a safe, respectful, inclusive, and responsive SD62 learning community. Our board is going to be focused on honoring student voice and choice. We're going to continue our efforts to build safe, accessible, and inclusive learning environments for all students and staff. And as been acknowledged earlier this evening, we're going to build new schools. It's no secret to those in this room, we are growing at an unparalleled pace, and we need a plan to manage this growth. This year, we had nearly 600 new students join our district, many from neighborhoods right here in Colwood. And to put that into perspective, Royal Bay Secondary School opened in 2015 with 800 seats. And by year 3, we had 10 portables sitting outside that beautiful new school. But thanks to the help of our MLA, we were able to expand that school in 2020. And today it is the largest secondary school on Vancouver Island at 1,400 seats. But 2 years later, and the school is packed, it's at capacity, and we'll be welcoming portables next September. Now, this is just one of the many no vacancy issues we're facing in SD62. For our board, this is going to be one of the biggest challenges and issues that we're going to need to tackle this term. And we need your help. We need to build more schools. And we're going to work with our partners in the provincial government to make the case for those new schools. And that includes, at the top of the list, a new elementary school in the Royal Bay development. I look forward to visiting your next council meeting to talk more about our plans for the school and the role that you can play to ensure that all of our schools are the community hubs for the people in our region. So Mayor and Council, we have a lot of work before us. Elections are tough, but in my opinion, governing is tougher. But the great thing about governing is you're not alone. You have a great team of councillors, wonderful staff, stakeholders, and the public all behind you. All of us are behind you and want you to succeed. So my commitment to you on behalf of my colleagues like Trudy is that SD62 will always be there as a partner. ready to work with you, shoulder to shoulder, in good times and bad. Once again, congratulations. Enjoy this moment for yourselves and your family. And then after that, let's get to work.
Challenge for council here as well. So that concludes our roster of speakers. I would just like to take the opportunity again to congratulate Mayor Kobayashi and the new council. And at Royal Roads, we do look forward to working in partnership with you. We are deeply honored to have as mayor a former member of the Royal Roads Military College, member of our Board of Governors, and sat on a number of committees. We're sad to lose you from one of those now, but I know you will be very, very busy, Mayor Kobayashi. But we do look forward to a partnership, a very good partnership with you, and continuing the good work that we've done with previous mayor and council as well. And Mayor Kobayashi, I believe I hand it over to you now. Thank you. So thank you very much.
I'm just going to turn this so I'm facing everybody here. There, that's better. Before I go on, I'd be remiss, Gerald, if I didn't hand you a card. I missed something here. I was supposed to give you a card of appreciation, Gerald. So if I just get you to quickly come up here and I'll just present it to you. Thank you very much again for your services. Once again, see you in 4 years' time. Thank you very much, Gerald. Yeah, would like to take this moment right now to sincerely pass on my thank you and my appreciation to the previous council. I believe some of them are here tonight. Stuart Parkinson and Gordy Logan. I don't think the mayor made it, and Michael Baxter. I don't know if Michael, if you're here, but if I can have you, at least you two come up to the front, that would be great. I just want to start off by saying that what I've learned over the past 4 years that is, it's not like volunteer work out in the community, right? Because, if you don't want to take it anymore as a volunteer, you just quit, you walk away. Public service is a lot more difficult than that. And it's sometimes a very thankless job, and it really is. But, it's your hard work and dedication over the past 4 years. It has been just phenomenal. And I've actually learned so much from each one of you, and you've helped me grow personally. And I say that quite sincerely. The first person I'd like to acknowledge is Rob Martin. Unfortunately, Rob couldn't attend this evening's festivities. Rob actually served as a councillor from 2011 to 2018, and then as our mayor from 2018 to 2022. He had an unenviable task of effectively guiding our city through the COVID-19 pandemic. Just did a phenomenal job there. And he did it both as a mayor and as a director of the CRD. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Rob for his public service and contributions to the community over the past decade. Rob loves this community, and I know that. And he cared so much about its future. So, kudos to Rob, and unfortunately he's not here tonight. The second person I'd like to acknowledge is Gordy Logan, the gentleman to the left of me. Gordy, I think your record is going to be broken now by Cynthia Day here over this term. I would like to acknowledge Gordy because he is he's got the record now as the longest serving member of Colwood Council, 23 years, 1999 to 2022. Over the past 4 years, Gordy served as on the Capital Region Water Supply Commission, the Juan de Fuca Water Distribution Commission, and the Capital Region Emergency Services Telecommunications Committee, or CREST. Gordy, your knowledge and experience will be a great loss to Colwood. You can say that right now. And Gordy's reputation is one of having a big heart. I always look at him, he's got the biggest heart. He's certainly passionate about everything Colwood. Well, now that you live in Langford, I guess we're going to be just has-beens. Gordy, on behalf of the entire city, I'd like to present a gift of appreciation for your long, outstanding service to the community. The next person I'd like to recognize is Michael Baxter, who served as counselor from 2018 to today. Michael was also formerly the Director of Engineering for the City of Colwood before running for office in 2018. Michael chaired the Transportation Committee, the Waterfront Coastal Processes Committee, and he served as the council liaison for the Heritage Committee and Emergency Planning Committee. One of the most impressive traits about Michael is he's probably one of the greenest people that I know. I mean, he is green. He walks the talk. And you know, when it comes to climate change, I'm actually impressed with his track record. He really is a green guy, very impressive. Last person I would like to recognize, and this was a tougher one for me personally, is my friend, Stuart Parkinson. Stuart, a little bit background about Stuart. He's a former owner of a boutique civil engineering company. And of course, Stuart has extensive knowledge of all things civil engineering. And I'm an aeronautical engineer. The civil engineering stuff is magic to me. So it was great to be able to pick up the phone and talk to Stuart on a lot of issues, and he educated me. I really relied on Stuart to give me expert advice on development and construction issues with the city. Over the years, he earned my utmost respect and trust. And I say that with all sincerity, Stuart. Our relationship was one that I would categorize as more as siblings than friends. You know, it was funny. We would respectfully sometimes agree to disagree. And it was great because the next day we would be out and buying coffee or lunch for each other. That's the kind of relationship we had. It is my personal belief that no one on council worked as hard as Stuart did. And that's my own observation. He took his job seriously and was a true professional. Stuart served as the chair of the Finance and Governance Committee. He was also the chair of the West Shore Parks and Recreation Society. He also served as a rep on the Waterfront Coastal Processes Committee and as on the Greater Victoria Labour Relations Association. Stuart, on behalf of the city, I would like to thank you for your service. I'd like to present you with a gift of appreciation. And hopefully, Stuart, you're not going to run away on me because if there's these advisory committees that are coming up right now. Okay. Thanks a lot. I know you're up there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where's she going? Okay, before we get into my inauguration speech, we just got to do a little tiny bit of business here. There are certain CRD committees that I have to assign counselors to, including myself on some of the committees. And so I was trying to do it with one omnibus motion here. I'll read the motion, and if I can get a mover and seconder, we can move on. But before announcing that, I just want to announce acting mayors for the next couple of years. So from November 2022 to February 2023, Cynthia Day is acting mayor. From March 2023 to June 2023, Misty Olson, you're acting mayor. We'll teach you, don't worry. July 2023 to October 2023, David Grove. November 2023 to February 2024, Ian Ward. March 2024 to June 2024, Dean Jensen. And then we go back July 2024 to October 2024, Kim Jordison. Then from November 2024 to February 2025, David Grove. March 2025 to June 2025, Cynthia Day again. July 2025 to October 2025, Misty Olson. November 2025 to February 2026, Dean Jensen. March 2026 to June 2026, Kim Jordison. And finally, July 2026 to October 2026, Ian Ward. That's my discretion, so there's no motion that's required on that. Anyways, let me read the recommendation for the motion that Mayor Doug Kobayashi be appointed as director and Councillor Ian Ward as alternate director to the Capital Regional District Board, including the Capital Regional Hospital District Board and the Capital Region Housing Corporation Board for a 4-year term. And that Councillor David Grove be appointed as representative and Councillor Cynthia Day as alternate to this Climate Action Intermunicipal Task Force for a 4-year term. And that Councillor David Grove, this is what happens when you retire, David, that Councillor David Grove be appointed as representative and Councillor Misty Olson as alternative to the Juan de Fuca Water Distribution Commission for a term of 4 years. And that Councillor Kim Jordison be appointed as representative and Councillor Misty Olson as alternative to the Regional Water Supply Commission for a 4-year term. And that Councillor Cynthia Day be appointed as representative and Councillor Kim Jordison as alternate to the Victoria Family Court and Youth Justice Committee for a 2-year term. And further, that Councillor Dean Jensen be appointed as representative and Councillor Kim Jordison as alternate to the Capital Region Emergency Services Telecommunications, or CREST. So these are just some of them. Come November 14th, our next meeting, we will have all the further appointments that we have for the Capital Regional District and other external committees. But these are the ones that they told me I had to have done by Friday this week. So they're done. So if I can get a motion and a seconder, Cynthia Day, seconder, Ian, and all those in favor. And that's unanimous. Now we can move on with business. Thank you very much. That's right, I'm finished. Perfect. It's all the business we had. So I think I'll go back up there. Someone told me this thing's gonna weigh a ton. Get a sore neck with it. So distinguished guests, councillors, school board trustees, I'm really glad to see you've come out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. We are grateful to be gathered on the traditional territory of the Lekwungen speaking people, and we offer our thanks to the people of Songhees and Esquimalt nations. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our city staff for all your hard work today and always, and for your unwavering dedication to our city. Let me begin by expressing a special thanks to all our families and friends for their support during the recent election. It is through their encouragement and understanding that we stand before you this evening. Words alone cannot describe our true appreciation. To the residents of Colwood, we are humbled by your vote of confidence. As your new council, we are honored and privileged to serve you. We are committed to working hard to do our very best to continuously improve, to earn your trust and confidence. We are committed to listening carefully, to tax fairly, to spend prudently, and to govern wisely. I would like to commend all those who put their names forward to serve our city. You should all be proud of your efforts. To my returning colleagues, Councillors Cynthia Day and Dean Jansen, I say, welcome back. And to our newest members, Councillor Ian Ward, David Grove, Misty Olson, and Kim Jordison, you bring a new, diverse background of knowledge and experience, and I look forward with great enthusiasm for your input and fresh perspective. Over the next 4 years, we are committed to engaging with the community to deal with the challenges and opportunities facing us. Our broad goal is to be informed, to work together, and to build consensus on issues a growing city faces. From this day forth, this council represents every citizen of Colwood, whether you voted for us or not. We will put our personal interests aside and work together in a spirit of cooperation, honestly and with integrity, because you, our residents, deserve nothing less. Although we are in exciting times, Council will face many economic and social challenges over the next few years. I believe this is the time that, I think I'm just going to repeat what Honorable Mitzi Dean had said. This is the time that all levels of government have to work together and put every available resource into problem solving. I honestly believe that. A looming economic recession presents a significant challenge to Council, as this will only intensify issues such as affordability, homelessness. It's coming to us now. Starting to see it. It's coming out here, it's moving out here, and it's our problem. Mental health and crime. Well, at the same time, we're trying to build more public infrastructure for our growing community. We will advocate with senior government to get people the help they need. Everything from transportation to senior care, affordable housing, health care, and mental health. Our residents believe that one of the top priorities for governments should be to provide the best and most cost-effective services while at the same time controlling tax increases. After initial discussions with our Chief Administration Officer, we're excited to get a performance metric system complete with KPIs or key performance indicators going early in the new year. We can't keep spending money and not knowing if we're actually improving. So you need to have KPIs. So this is a very important part of this. One of the key goals is to transparently show taxpayers value for their tax dollars. Regional cooperation is also critical to our future success. The CRD provides an important range of services to Colwood and its member municipalities. It is also imperative that we have a strong working relationship with our neighboring Western communities. We've already started this process and we hope to continue this over the next 4 years. We've actually had meetings. That's something I haven't seen, in my time at Council. We have a relatively small commercial tax base here in Colwood. We will need to support them and work to attract others, particularly in our downtown core, which needs a clear identity to attract investment that will deliver new businesses, jobs, entertainment, and services. While we have challenges, we also have opportunities. Over the next month or so, council will be undergoing intensive onboard training so they can take on their new roles. Shortly after, our plan is to reestablish the citizen advisory committees. We're already got this sort of set up. There's actually going to be 7 to 8 committees, not the 6 that we generally have. And some of the committees are things like finance and governance, standard, planning and zoning, protective services, transportation and public works, parks, recreation, arts and culture, health and senior care. That's something different. We're going to have community planning and youth services, which is an important part to me. We have an amazing, dedicated, professional, and compassionate citizens, and we have already received many volunteers that are jumping aboard to participate. This is unbelievable. I'm just sitting there in shock right now. You know, we haven't even advertised. I guess they saw some items, they saw me in the newspaper, and then we've got about 24 people that have actually, and these are professionals. They're not just anyone off the street. These are retired professionals that really, really want to help. It's a good feeling. We live in a seaside community with beautiful parks and surroundings. And we have a vibrant arts community. We have a world-class university in our own backyard. And we haven't even fully explored all our opportunities with them. That's something that I am putting on one of my priorities right now, even if I have to do this personally myself. It is only by working together, informed and engaged residents, a skilled city staff dedicated to the highest standards of customer service, and an open, accessible council that Colwood can continue to improve and become one of the best places in South Vancouver Island in which to live, invest, and play. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. It's frightening. I would be lying to you if I didn't say this is frightening, but it is frightening, but I am excited about it. It's now time to look to the future with a renewed sense of optimism, to build on the strengths of our community and our people, to be bold, to be visionary. It is an honor and privilege to serve as your mayor. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. And on that note, is that it, Marcy? I've lost. I am going to adjourn the meeting, and I will welcome everyone to come out into the foyer. There's refreshments and food, and come meet all members of your council. Thank you very much for your attendance this evening. I should add some water. What's that?